Our application consists of 5 modules: Data Model, Calculator, Simulation Economics, Scheduler. Data Model. Let's start with it. This is a representation of the data that we took from the enterprise system. For example, a reference book on the product range, parts, and assembly units. We go deeper into one and see its specification. The specification is multi-level. Everything is needed to produce a pillar crane, and to produce a cart for a pillar crane, all of this is required. In addition to the specification, there is also a manufacturing route. In this case, there are 4 operations: operations number, name, department, work center, and the time allowances, and personnel involved in the performance of this operation. Also, there is additional information on the departments involved in the technological process, work centers, and available personnel. The calculator module is used to calculate the medium-term plans. In particular, in this case, we have loaded the annual plan for the year 23. And for instance, we can obtain the following reports. First, it's the product, its quantity, labor intensity of this product, work centers, work center load by months in percent, for instance. But it is also possible to calculate in hours and recalculate the amount of equipment needed to fulfill the plan. Each cell is detailed. In this case, this percentage is indicated. The machine is loaded at 168% capacity in January. It is possible to see which operations, which parts, products, and orders this work center is loaded with. The colors highlighted the shifts in which this equipment is needed to operate, and the black shows that it cannot handle the workload even when operating 24 hours a day. Personnel. There is a similar report on the required number of staff in the factory, how it will grow at the expense of the operational hours, and so on, with the increase in the planned workload. How many people need to be hired for each month, and detailing by occupation how many, what kind of people are needed. Also, any figure is itemizable. You can see in any period what operations, parts, and products will be loaded. Calculation simulator determines the optimum planning policies. For example, several calculations were carried out. Which analytics we can receive, when and which orders are launched, when and which are executed, in graphic form with possibility of comparison with other calculations, faster or slower production in tabular form with indication of delays from expected production date, and detailed progress schedule for each order. Analysis on equipment utilization in this calculation is integral and discrete. By period, in any period we go deeper and also see what product ranges are manufactured in that period. The period is also indicated here, and here is Gantt chart by work centers. If we want to analyze each operation in detail, when it is necessary to make sure that the model is calculating correctly and so on. Work centers by rows we can increase at any time. We can see here that the orders are highlighted in color, and also what operations are performed and on which parts. Analysis on the consumption of purchased materials. Economics. The economic comparison of the simulator and planning module is calculations, similar to the simulator, also with the possibility of modeling, but on the operative circuit by stricter processes, and in order to receive forecasts for the terms of real orders, and calculations are carried out taking into the account the unfinished production, and with the purpose of giving the shift daily assignments. We can see a dashboard which indicates the expected release dates for any orders we have. There is progress, a forecast on the progress of these orders, information on work in progress, information on shift assignments, information on the distribution of work in progress between orders, on order turnaround times, and forecast production cycles, and the comparison with the required turnaround date and indications of being later ahead. In this case, we happen to release orders later than we should. And analytics on resource utilization, which you have already seen, and the Gantt chart. Then the results of calculations are passed to the dispatching module, where these batches are launched and execution takes place. 5 roles are implemented here: planner, provider, foreman, quality assurance, and worker. But at the end, the job goes to the worker, where he can select tasks from his shift targets, take the job for execution, complete the work, and then all of his marks go into the ledger. After work is complete, you can mark whether it was or was not defective. After completion, the batch is finished and goes into storage. And then in the reverse cycle, in the state of the completed production, it returns to the state of planning and rescheduling takes place. Thank you all.